Okay, recording. Cool, so I finally have audio, which is good. We actually recorded all this video outside with the convention's greatest tour guide, the Con Fluence, Shawn Marshall, and audio is terrible, so unfortunately you're not going to be able to see it, but we're going to give you a tour of the inside of the Anaheim Convention Center for WonderCon. So, cool. Shawn, you've been here. You can show us around.
All right, yep. So we're down here at the end of the convention center, which is closest to the Marriott at Hall C. And so this year, Hall C and B are where the main exhibit hall will be, and so we'll kind of tour from this angle on. Last year, if you were at WonderCon, the registration was below, but this year it's actually in Hall A. So they're kind of using this whole first floor. They're not using the underground portion, and then they're using the above areas for all the panels and things like that. But at Hall C, right now, you have the early access entry point for the disabled, and so disabled check in over here in between C and B, and then they come here and enter. Also, Hall C is kind of all of the, normally it's more of like the Nerdist, Bandai, Nintendo's there, all of the kind of gaming people.
Yeah, Nintendo's like up and totally. Namco's right at the entrance. Yeah.
Kotobukiya and all of that are kind of down here.
Is that how you say it? I can never figure out how to say that.
Yeah, or Koto.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, now I know.
Yeah.
See, you learn everything when you hang out with Shawn. All right, let's take a look. All right, so where are we headed? So this is C. So that's C.
Yep. We're heading down. So in between C and B, then they have the check-in for volunteers, which is kind of the normal spot for that.
Got some cosplayers already. Cool.
And then also the weapons check. And so it's kind of a good spot just to, we're finding, get a lot of good cosplay pics because everybody has to come in and check in their weapons before they allow them in the halls. So we're able to see all that here.
We talked about this in the other video, but I see escalators and stairs. Now that goes up to the panel rooms, right?
Correct, yeah. So all the panel rooms at WonderCon are above the exhibit hall or in the arena on the exterior at the far end past Hall A. So we'll get down there at the end of our tour.
All right.
But yeah, everything is going up. So it's kind of nice because it separates things. That being said, it takes a little bit longer traveling to them than a lot of the other smaller cons.
Okay.
Over here we also have the Masquerade desk, the blood drive check-in.
Weapons check.
Yeah.
A lot of cosplayers lining up for weapons check. We've been seeing a lot of cosplayers filter in. And outside, I know we caught this earlier, but outside they have, over by the fountain, they have cosplayers posing for photos. It's a nice photo op. You can see down that what do you call that, the concourse or the walkway.
All the food trucks.
And you can see Hilton and Marriott and the food trucks out there. Man, it stinks that we didn't get that video.
Yeah.
That was a nice video.
This ends up being a really good area for cosplay all day long, kind of this whole fountain area and stuff. You can see some more over here, Harley.
Yeah, we got Kiss. Get that on the way out. Look at those shoes, man.
Yeah. Awesome stuff.
He's going to be hurting at the end of the day.
Definitely. Yeah, so the escalators, the one thing when the big panels let out, one of the problems is you have everybody, and unlike Comic-Con where you have so many escalators, here you've just got the one going up and down and stuff. So
wait, but there's one on the other side, though, too.
Right.
Oh,
right. On each side. So when 300 DE, a lot of people won't walk all the way down to the other one, so they'll all try and squeeze in on one. They will do a lot of one-way traffic sometimes on those bigger times. They do the same thing at D23 and stuff, so that's kind of nice.
Oh, look at that guy's his eyes. It's cool contacts.
All right, so Hall B, as I always say, it's kind of Hall B is for books. So all the comic books, Dark Horse, DC, Boom, all of those guys are down here, IDW. And so if you're trying to look for the comics and things like that, this is like right here. Right on the other side of the door will be the DC booth, which is consistently kind of the biggest thing going on here. Yeah.
If you look at the exhibit map, and it's like the biggest chunk of the floor in this area.
Yeah, last year, I don't know if it was conscious or not, but it seemed like they really jumped on the whole Marvel not being here thing and had some really awesome, they tie in, whether it's the Lego, DC stuff, Arrow, whatever. Nothing on the schedule for Arrow this year, but they have the Son of Batman.
I was surprised because if you look at that Warner panel, it said movies and television.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm waiting for them to announce Arrow or something, and they never announced anything.
Yeah.
I was so surprised.
And last year it was big here. I mean, it was really big. They had the whole cast here, or not the whole cast, but just about, and it was a big thing. So
I wonder what's going on.
Yeah. So anyway, we got B for all of that part of it, and then one of the things also outside of B,
it's getting crowded. So people, then this is, what time is it? It's like 11:30. So it's a half hour before the floor opens, and everybody's kind of lining up. But as you can see, it's like not like Comic-Con, right? I mean, you can actually walk around and navigate, and when the floor opens, it's not going to be this like crazy rush. It's actually going to be kind of a a nice, comfortable stroll inside.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just pretty cool, actually.
It's a lot less high stakes for the exclusives, which helps a lot. There's not as much of the scalping going on, which you know, people aren't really trying to pay for hotel
rooms. Well, there's not a lot of exclusives.
Right, right. Much less so.
Oh, that's cool.
ATMs are a premium here, and you'll notice by middle of the day, there'll be like 20, 30 people in line for these things. So
really?
Always try and take care of your ATM.
Bring your cash.
Yeah. So now as we're making our way down to Hall A, that is where they're using for registration this year. So after that's where you go to pick up your badge. And then they're also using it as kind of a holding tank for the overflow line, and then also holding tank usually for the arena as well.
Okay.
So that.
Well, when we were doing our video outside earlier, I mean, right across is where the Hilton is, and the line it started here, but went all the way to the back of the arena to pick up your badge, but they've let all those folks in.
Right.
And I presume they've also let all the badged folks in. So, I mean, you're looking at a half hour before the con, no lines outside, everybody inside, and we're taking a nice leisurely stroll. This is kind of nice. Maybe we should just call ourselves the unofficial WonderCon blog.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a show where you can really enjoy, you know, just pace yourself and not fight as hard. Although that being said, it has gotten a little bit, you know, busier, and there's a lot of conjecture about what time to line up for the big panels tomorrow with the arena and stuff, and so
so this is A, and A is
all for registration, so we can kind of actually get a look in there.
Oh, right,
probably, and see the hordes of people that are picking up their badges, their lanyards,
and they move fast.
Yeah, they move very, very fast.
That's the thing about Comic-Con too, is you
totally.
There's a big line though, actually.
Yeah.
That's where everybody is.
Yep.
Let's get a view in there. Let's take a look real quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, can you go on the floor?
Yeah, I mean, it holds a massive amount of people. Over down here to the right is where you have the arena, and so for like D23 Expo, they actually use this as the exact holding area, and that's where you go in through. WonderCon is used over off to the side there. But either way, check in. Now, one of the things with the arena, we talked about on the other video, it seats somewhere in this like 6,000 range, so really big, but they have to cut it off because it's circular. It's a true arena. So you end up getting, 4,000 and change
like
there.
Half of the folks.
Yeah. But what's really nice is with the arena, unlike, Hall H or Ballroom 20, where everybody's the same height and you're kind of looking over heads or around cameras or tripods, it's layered seating. So, you're going up, and there's really not a bad seat as high as you are up. There's really not a bad seat. They're getting their badge over there, and then they're processing them here, and then they're making their way in over there.
So they're actually letting people on the floor early. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and San Diego does the same. It's pretty much standard that it's a half hour early. So they say 9:30. It's very much like when we used to work at In-N-Out. We're supposed to open at 10, but it says 10:30 on the door. That way, if you ever have problems, you can open at 10:30, and nobody complains.
By the way, I had my first In-N-Out burger on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was good, although I think Five Guys is better.
Okay.
You have Five Guys out here?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
So, all right, where do you want to go next?
All right. Want to take a walk back out?
Yeah.
So at the far end here, after you get past Hall A, you've got the press registration area, and then there's just a coffee shop, and that's where it pretty much ends. To get to the arena, they block it off normally, so you have to go externally. So yeah, and then again the escalators to go up from there. Yeah. And that's pretty much the.
If we go up, can we go down? Will they let us go
down? Not sure.
I'm gonna have to ask her. Oh yeah, people going up.
Guy just passed me by out.
You want to go up, or do you want to sit? Can we go up, or? Okay.
Go ahead.
Cool. And we can get back down, right?
Yeah.
Escalator, elevator, stairs.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of nice with having the upstairs area because, in general, it's pretty relaxed up here.
Yeah, it's a nice view, actually. Look at that. Of course, you can see everything outside. It's really nice.
There's some really nice cosplay areas up here, too, where it kind of overlooks the city outside, and a lot of people come up here to shoot a lot of the pros.
Oh, like they see people outside and they'll shoot from?
Or they even have like kind of not quite a staging area, but just kind of a balcony that you can kind of shoot from. a bunch of the little carts up here, but there's not a ton of internal food options, so you're kind of left with stuff like this. But yeah, like this area, people will come out here. You have the Tower of Terror. And,
oh, that's cool. And you can see the arena.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice little area to shoot from.
Nice. Oh, here's the rooms.
And
all
these
right.
are the rooms, yeah. So yeah, you can see up here. I mean, this is about what it's like most of the day. It doesn't get too crazy up here. As people are either in the rooms or sitting like this, but it's one of those kind of break areas that we'll use sometimes just to escape crowds and sit on the floor and have a snack or something.
Now, I don't see outlets. It looks like they've got some of them capped off, but you used a good tip in your video. Mm-hmm. Go to when we did it earlier, the Marriott.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You go in the Marriott, there's charging, there's outlets and stuff, and it's not very crowded.
Yeah, if you go in the first doors closest to the convention center, the Marriott, they look always like they're locked, but they're not. And there's a lot of areas there where you can just sit on a couch and not have crowds and stuff. The Hilton has several charging spots, but they actually charge for their spots. So got a stormtrooper standing guard, security. CCI brought in the big guns.
We'll take something. I love it. CCI brought in the big gun.
But yeah, so now we're basically retracing our steps, but on the top level, panel rooms.
Where's 300?
I guess it's one more.
Oh, it's upstairs even more. Okay.
Right up here's that escalator.
Oh.
And so, yeah, it's kind of because they almost work in a layered way because, like, this is kind of a lot of the comic panels.
300, level 3.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Warner Archives, and, so a lot of the good panels, but not, a Geek and Sundry level or whatever, the ones in the past that really, Teen Titans Go will be up here and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really, and like you said, there's like a log jam from getting from one floor to another after a big panel. So if you want to go from, 300 to, the arena or something,
right?
It's good luck, right?
Yeah, you really have to be ready to, just like Comic-Con, I guess, like if there's a signing you want to get to, you really got to plan, because geographically it looks a lot closer, but it still takes quite a while.
Well, that's cool. Nice little seating area.
Yep. Yeah. So this takes us up to 300 if you want to go up there and see the main room. And then this is, it's basically just more of the same down here.
The same. We sure don't drop this. Oh, and there's cosplayers and stuff, and that's the fountain. So everybody's setting up outside. All right. And then 300.
This is the big floor. So Children's Film Festival down here.
Oh, right.
And then this really, though, it does really have like almost it's much smaller, but it has kind of a Ballroom 20 feel just when you look at the room, the way it's set up and things like that. So more leisurely. First up today is Salem.
Yep. And anybody even lining up for this yet?
I think they're lining them in directly right now.
Oh,
we
cool.
Could probably just see who's even in there.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you very much.
Oh.
Thank you much.
Oh, thanks. Cool.
So this is the big 300 room. So yeah, obviously not close to the size of Ballroom 20, but it is the equivalent here of kind of the second big room.
Uh-huh. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like half the size of Ballroom 20, or a third.
Probably,
yeah.
Yeah, it definitely, from the times we've been here, we've not seen it filled to capacity unless it's a real kind of Hollywood Blitz thing. But usually those ones end up in the arena anyway, so this does end up being a lot of the, the bigger cartoon panels, the bigger maybe, pop culture things that don't quite cross over to maybe Hollywood, though, as much. Yeah. And so they do well, to. But, it'll be interesting to see with Salem, but I'm guessing this won't fill up. But we'll see. Yeah, so that's pretty much the inside of the convention center from floor to ceiling.
Cool, man. Thanks. You want to